It is open, my friends, while toils have yet to begin. Laughter we had in gales and floods, but if not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Hello and welcome back to the wonderful Natriel. We finished off Oltian's story with a bit of a big boom, destruction of something. Tevles's story,
As it usually does with
as it
Ultian.
usually does. This is true.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
Tevles's story ended with the discovery of the Knowing God's book of Knowing. Oh, look at guys, it's freaking huge. Now we're rewinding again back into the past as we approach Snozebupe's story. For that, though, let's do a little bit of a recap, shall we?
Smart.
Yeah, in general, that's a smart idea, I would think, at least. For Snozebupe, well, for all this, beforehand, the group that joined the three watchers, Altian, Teflesikaton, Zara, Big Tin, Snozebupe McShnoogan. One of them has died. Zara passed away, and through their journeys and travels, they have met many beings known as the Primordials, formed their own little bonds, and become privy to certain happenings going on. Through their inquiries, they ran into several different facets and avenues of how to approach this issue that they still didn't fully understand. To take it on, they split up and separated to oversee their own tasks. Teflesikaton headed into... what is it called? I have forgotten me. The Nork Empire, a mountain range near the center northern section of Iridai, to find the Knowing's Notch, the old temple of the god of the Knowing God. In her adventures, well, you can go watch the campaign for that, but ultimately she was successful. For Altian, he headed southwest, hey, you got it right, into Grantina again, to see if he can push the old Grantinian Senate out completely and bring a bit more of an easier, less diplomatic victory towards his cause. You can also watch the miniseries for that one. Ultimately, he was successful. Oh, little say-say. Now,
It
though,
got done.
it got done. Things got done. It was messy. Very messy. Now, though, we hop back to 6/2/11/566, the same day when Altian left in the morning, Teflesa left after breakfast, to around midday, back in Pallius, with Snozebupe, and of course our wonderful little friend, Chaos, as they are roaming around Pallius City, having some free time to themselves. So, Snozebupe, where are you? Give us some information.
Okay, so we're walking around Palace. I can't remember if we've been chaotic yet today or not, but we're gonna go down towards the main tavern.
Amazing. Okay.
Seems to be all kinds of good stuff that happens there.
Generally, yes. Always something fun going on in the Top Shelf Inn. There we go. I had my notes pulled to the right section.
And so, yeah, we go there.
It's midday. You find yourself. Which one is it? Who's in there right now? Ah, George. George Fiddleman. Currently running the inn. And as soon as you walk in, you see that there's bustling with a bunch of people around eating dinner or eating their lunch and having some drinks. Lots of sailors, a couple of uniforms, and people speaking languages you've never heard before. Some individuals arriving from foreign lands from the seams of it. All the planning going on for the soon-to-be summit. Or actually, it's not called summit yet. We're back in time. For the emergency, the Grantinian emergency meeting is building up in speed. And George is kind of looking about, a little panicked, but as soon as he sees you come in, he goes, yes, Snozebupe. To remind you, George is an elderly orc. He's currently holding a tray filled with empty plates and empty mugs.
Hey. Well, hello, George. How's it going?
To be honest, a little manic. I've barely had time to be able to actually get all the things out. Would you terribly mind playing one of those songs of yours? Distract the tables so that I can actually get everything out. Then I'll be all caught up.
Tell you what, George. Of course. Drink on the house?
I'll give you 2.
Okay, let's do it.
Excellent. Thank you.
So Snozebupe, well, I assume all the tables are pretty full.
Oh, yeah. Very full.
So maybe I will stand on the bar. Otherwise, no one will be able to see me. So I guess I'll do that. Stand on the bar. And it says, hello, people and friends and visitors of Palace. I'm Snozebupe, and I have a little song for you. Do you believe in friendship? I really hope you do. Because friendship is the best, and you can be a part of it. Friendship. Oh, friendship.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage because you actually made that song.
Double advantage.
Full applause. Full applause.
You got
Where's
that show for free, folks.
Yes.
But feel free to subscribe. That's gonna be a 27.
Oh, boy. You managed to get everyone's attention. And all around you, what you're not realizing is just behind you, there's like this strange little aura that's being puffed out, little displays that are helping aid inside, capturing people's attention as you are moving around the bar, playing the song. As you continue playing and entertaining these people, you see that Rieta, the human-looking barmaid who's running around and filling up drinks as well, slips in a very random thank you of just puts a mug right next to you and goes, thank you. Keeps scooting on by. George running out, putting all the meals on the tables. But by the time you finished all your performance, everyone's got full plates again, full mugs of ale, and everyone's quite happy and content. A lot of applause, a lot of people chucking random little napkins at you. They don't have flowers or anything, so
Nice.
you get napkins.
Very good. I'm gonna collect those napkins.
Wines would be better.
Nice. Yeah, they're cheap. But at around the same
Wait,
time...
to be clear, the napkins, they're personal napkins, or they just throw me the inn's napkins?
It's the inn's napkins.
Oh, shame. Oh, well, in that case, I'll just gather them up so I can give them to George so he doesn't have to pick them up.
Very kind. Very nice of you. But around that point, Big Tin, you were, at some point, randomly looking around this is the form that's supposed to be joining Snozebupe, but you haven't been able to find him. When you ran into Julian, who told you, can you find Snozebupe for me? Well, through your searching, you found yourself hearing the wonderful music that Snozebupe produces, and finding yourself at the Top Shelf Inn. Just after an applaud, and a bunch of people are throwing napkins at him, and he's doing his bows.
So I walk into the inn, which might be a little bit different.
A couple of heads turn and look. A few of them look you a little confused, but for the most part, the people of Pallius recognize a little bit, and I would say the good majority of them don't even think about the fact that you're a fraction of your previous size. What are you doing, Vaughn?
Sorry, that was my dice getting stuck.
Snozebupe, I assume, notices his smaller self and is confused. So after the performance and the gathering of the napkins, we're going to approach Big Tin and say, Big Tin, what happened? Are you all right?
Yeah,
I
his
will
head's
be in
probably
time.
level with yours now.
Teleportation problems.
Oh.
But Julian's looking for you.
Oh. Well, mind giving me a ride?
Sure.
Excellent.
Little whisper
wait.
comes in behind your ear, Snozebupe.
Sure, did he just say sure?
Yes? What's the
Are
problem?
we sure this is Big Tin? I mean, he's a fraction of the size, and he just agreed and said sure to you writing him.
Yeah, but we've been a long time friends. So now that we've developed friendship, I'm pretty sure that's the reason.
Is that what friendship means?
It can be.
Oh.
Question: is there a flower shop or cellar of any kind in the near vicinity?
Yeah, there's probably a stall. I mean, you're at the very bottom. So to get up to the guild again, you're gonna have to go up the tiers and through the merchant district of Pallius.
Perfect.
So you'll be passing by a few like street side stalls.
The first one that I see, I would like to approach and purchase an armful of flowers. It doesn't matter what kind, probably the cheapest.
Okay. Excellent. This is doable. You get an armful of flowers, let's say for the wonderful cheap price of 1 silver.
1 silver. Nice. All right, great. Then I'm going to jump onto Big Tin with my flowers. And as he's running along, I'm going to be tossing them.
Jesus.
And just so you're aware, so you don't think I'm missing it, this is my chaotic thing for today.
With every single flower you chuck, some people are catching them randomly going, oh! You see one gentleman who catches it and he just hits the floor. And when you look back, you're watching him try to pick up this flower off the ground, but it looks like it's the heaviest thing ever. And there's a slight little chuckle in the back of your mind.
I increased the weight by tenfold.
Nice.
Oh, why don't you two of you give me a quick perception check while you are heading up this portion of the mountain?
Okay, just some perception. I'm busy throwing flowers. I got an 8.
You got an 8? Okay.
It'll be 19.
19. Well, you are certainly busy watching flowers, enjoying the random little ones that your chaos just randomly changes. One of them just wilts as soon as someone hands onto it, and their face goes from excitement to receiving a flower to extreme sadness of, wow, it's already dead. But you, BT, you notice that in the medley of a couple of airships up there, I don't think it really deserves the word medley yet. There is one that you feel like you recognized. But when you catch the name, it's the Nightingale. You do know that one. You've briefly met Admiral Sabre. Very
Yes.
briefly. But her ship looks like it's just arrived to Pallius. Random little detail.
Okay. I will pick up the pace.
You both arrive at the guild, heading up to the entrance. Into the doors, there are a few new members around, people you haven't bothered to meet yet because you've been too busy, out and about, haven't spent much time in the guild. Well, there's one that you do recognize, Doctor. He's sitting at one of the benches, staring at a plate of food, with his head to the side a little bit. As soon as he notices you two entering in, he looks up and goes, "Oh, Big Chin, Snozebupe.
Hello, Doctor.
Would you like a plate of food?"
Sure.
Here. Hands you his plate of food. Looks like a nice ham and cheese sandwich with a side of chips.
Okay. I will pick that up, thank Doctor, and continue on to Julian's office. He's want to talk to me, I guess. So.
Just up the stairs. Both arrive at the door. What do?
I'm going to do a tap tap and start eating the chips.
All right. A
Just
few,
following along.
about a minute passes.
Get
Oh,
into
you-
the sandwich.
As you take your second bite, you hear, "Enter."
All right, come on in.
And behind the desk, you see the familiar visage of Julian Turrell, your guildmaster, still in his elven shape. We've rewound in time again, so he's not orcish right now. Ah, Snozebupe. Ah, yes, thank you for coming up. Victon, I've sent Teflessa along her way. She's departing soon. With her little tidy group, Boreas will be joining her for this venture.
Very good.
There is a list of individuals that I would like to recommend for you to take. However, I still need just a moment longer. Got word recently that an old acquaintance of mine is going to be in town soon.
Oh, okay. Do these individuals believe in friendship?
Yes. Yes, he does.
Oh. Well, great. I'm gonna roll perception or insight or whatever to see if Julian's trying to lie to me.
Insight. Give me an insight check.
21.
Yeah. Yeah, he's saying yes. He believes it's capable and possible, but it's probably one of those, on a scale of 1 to Altian, he's probably a 5.
Julian, I know you put a lot of responsibility into my hands as far as going to deal with this demon threat. But you gotta know, I believe in friendship, and we gotta do it the friendship way. You can't just saddle me with people who don't believe in friendship. I was with Ultian for a long time, and he never believed in friendship. I can't be trying to change their mind along the way.
Well, as I would agree that you cannot fully change their mind along the way, I would also say that do not underhand the possibilities of someone's capability. It's quite possible and capable. I just haven't seen them in a while. So while I think it's probable, you'll have to do the assessing yourself. If they are the person to be joining you. But do let me tell you, they're very capable. And with what you're doing, they're still the same person. They're going to be someone that you're going to want in your hands as well.
Okay. Well, I mean, I trust you, Julian. So I'll definitely keep an open mind.
Good. Thank you. Other than that, I do have a few others, some new guild members who might be possibly good fits, but a lot of the names that I can come up with for you are untested in work like this. They're much more the gung-ho. You need a little bit more information basis.
Yes, yes. Indeed, seems like gung-ho might lead to violence and or blowing up.
Yes, and that is probably not the thing we want right now.
Right, right.
Do you have any plan, assessment of what you might be doing?
Well, my thought was to try to get Al out of the ambassador's house. See if, as a demon-y fella, he could get me on the right track. So probably sneak in there, try to figure out where he is, get him out, that sort of thing, and then go from there.
Then you need to get into the ambassador's house first.
Right.
Well, there's going to be a few opportunities for that. There's an all-hands meeting tomorrow morning. I know he'll be involved in that. I will be as well, seeing as I still have a few more days as the guildmaster. We are also going to be convening for a minor meeting later on today.
I mean, I told you, but you're dealing with the fact that he is one of the demon bad guys. You want me to investigate, what have you, right?
Yes, investigate, but if you can, do not engage.
Right, I recall my vision, yeah. A lot of fire and flesh being melted.
And if he is what you're saying he might be, then the likelihood is his house is probably trapped. You usually don't leave places like that free for anyone to explore, shall we say. With that being the case, then, if you don't mind waiting around a little bit.
Sure.
I believe my contact will be coming our way. So,
would you like a chip?
Oh, yes.
Chip is
nice and seasoned.
Indeed. Your inn provided it, so well done.
The inn did? Huh. They're quite busy these days.
Indeed, they had me do a little bit of singing to calm the crowd. Worked like a charm.
Few minutes later, probably about 30 minutes actually, there is a knock at the door. Enter. Ethan, would you like to tell us what you look like and who your character is and all that loveliness?
All that good stuff. So it's Nal Simon is his name. He's a tiefling barbarian who is 6'5" and 230 pounds. Schnoz, you see dark red skin, yellow eyes, sandy blonde hair, and his horns are shaved down, but they're right here on his head.
Hellboy.
Yeah, a little bit. What else? And you see a very large weapon on his back that is, it's in a sheath that is a little like covers way more of it than you think it would because it's a double bearded axe. Like it's almost like it's hiding it almost. Yeah. Anyway, I walk in and I go, Julian, how are you doing?
I'm doing well now. How are you? He gets up and walks around the chair to shake your hand.
We do the we do the
The bro
Arnie
handshake.
the Arnie
Yeah.
and Carl Weathers handshake.
How was your trip?
Productive. Mostly safe.
You flew in with Admiral Sabre. Mostly safe. It's better than what you normally would get.
So I've heard. I see you've made a name for yourself.
That and a bit more. It gets extensive. I'll fill you in on that later. This here is one of my guild members, Snozebupe McSnugan, and another one, BT. This one is alive and talks, not like the other Andrade ones.
How are you both?
Well, hello, Simon. How's it going?
You ready to be your last
well,
name?
I reach down and my hand fully eclipses like most of your forearm and hand.
Tiny little hand.
Yeah, and you look down, you see a little gnome. Oh, wait, I am a gnome, right?
I think so.
I am a gnome. Yeah,
You
great.
are gnome. Yep.
I see a gnome, an old gnome with like crazy gray white hair, just going kind of everywhere, with big old smile on his face. That's a big weapon you have there, Simon. You cut down a lot of trees?
You could say that.
Oh, a lumberjack, huh?
This is a very unserious man, isn't it?
Incredibly
I say, looking at
serious.
Julian.
You get used to it. And obviously I didn't fill them in on what you actually do. So,
What does that mean?
nothing at all.
I'm a
Snozebupe.
smuggler.
Oh, yes, that.
Oh.
What was that? Oh. Smuggler.
Okay. That's a useful skill to have in the right situation, I found. I'm, well, I guess I'm not anymore. I was a messenger of peace. But they've been infiltrated, maybe started by demons, so I'm not those anymore. But I still believe in friendship and pacifism.
Did you say demons? What exactly are you trying to get me into, Julian?
You didn't tell him, Julian.
Oh, of course I didn't. I thought it'd be more
Oh.
amusing this way.
Oh, well.
I was right. Drink now.
Indeed. That's kind of the main thing that I'll be doing if you'd like to, if you're interested in that sort of thing. But,
Julian offers you a glass of whiskey now.
I take it without looking at him because I'm continuing to stare at Snozebupe. I'm going to ask, and how exactly do you both plan on going about that?
well, my plan currently is to break a demon out of another demon's house, ally with them, hopefully, and hopefully they provide information on how to defeat and or ally with pacifist-friendly demons, so as to make the bloodthirsty demons lose.
Can't say I've ever heard about a pacifist demon before, but
Well, have you not met my good
interesting
friend
plan.
Al?
I'm going to look at Julian.
They
And
exist.
then I'm also going to look at BT to make sure that the giant metal, well, not giant anymore, the metal cat
That's right.
is also has a straight face about this.
Well, yeah, that's an unreadable face, but
Does Big
metallic.
Tin make faces? Like,
No.
does he have? Okay, he doesn't
Facial
have facial
expressions.
mobility. Okay.
No, he
There's
does.
there's
I mean,
no eyebrow movements. Come on now.
no, he's not made by a fruit. Um,
Very
he's
good.
just lying there watching everybody. Just keeping. He's following the conversation, but he's not saying anything.
Hmm. So I'm guessing you're going to need someone when negotiations don't work.
What you mean?
I mean, I'm sure they might work sometime, but
The plan is
you
for them
can't
to
expect this
always
plan to
work.
go off perfectly.
Well, no, but then you have plan B, a different way to make friendship work. And C, a different way to make friendship work.
Now, that's the general premise of how Snozebupe goes about things. What they might need a little bit more is understanding of how underground illegal things work. As you might be able to tell, Snozebupe here is a little bit of, sheltered, shall we say.
Okay, so act like a guide at times when I need to be a guide. And hopefully I don't get killed by a demon.
Hopefully.
I hope that
I
too.
owe you a favor, Julian, so of course I'm going to do it. Besides, I have a little bit of heat on me back home. So wait a little bit until it cools
Where's
off.
back home, Simon?
The Shallows estate.
Oh, a very interesting place. Rules but no rules.
Yeah. A very interesting place. Anyway, I'll do the job. But it also better pay well.
Right. Certainly will. If this turns out correctly, well, King of Balishtar's got a bit of a, shall we say, private contract. Currently. That's the person who's sponsoring this particular mission. But it's being done in quiet channels, so was not actually put on the public forums. Surprised the Guildmasters actually agreed to it, but knowing the 7 helps. And I know the 7. Oh, the 6, excuse me. There are 6 Prime Guild. One number too many. Snozebupe.
Now.
Now. No. It will not. Doubly no if you're talking about yourself being one. Would probably be
I was
a bad
talking about
idea.
you, Julian.
No. I'm far too busy. Speaking of far too busy, before my next meeting, I do need to connect a little bit with Now here for a moment. Snozebupe and Big Tin, if you don't mind, would you be okay waiting outside for a moment before planning your plans with Now here?
You're saying a word I do not understand.
What would that be?
Is it somebody's name? I don't
Now.
know. Now.
By character.
Now.
I thought you were Simon.
Now
Simon.
is
Well,
Simon's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go by
Oh.
Simon more often, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me read. Okay, so that's why it didn't make any sense. Okay. And so now
Yeah. N-A-L.
Simons. Okay, well, I should have been calling you now this
Just
whole time.
Simon.
I would be calling you Simon.
No S on the end.
Okay.
Now
Well,
Simon.
I'd be calling you now, assuming that I
why?
did that all those times because other Snozebupe wouldn't have called you by your last name.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
Soon
But
as-
yeah, I'll step outside. 1 sec. Snozebupe steps outside, finishes his sandwich.
ET will follow.
As soon as the two of you depart,
Leave his tail underneath the door.
as the door closes, just crunches. Oh, must have been painful. Julian gives you a quick look up and down now. That's new.
Yeah, it's the reason why I've got a little bit of heat on me.
Now, my
I took it as
connections
payment.
haven't ended. I know the story. But please, continue. I'd like to hear your side of it.
I took it as partial payment for a shipment. Didn't recognize anything about it at the time. Until, that little lovely cult started coming after me.
Technically not a cult, but many in
Well, I
Drake
mean-
perceive them to be that way. And I wouldn't disagree.
Cult, religion, 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. Either way, thought I'd enjoy my time here for a little bit.
Yes. Snozebupe's got himself into the middle of something thick here. As you can see, he's not very serious about things. He's bonded with something. Something that causes him, I think, to be that way. More of what I'm asking you is to keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't do anything too uncouth. And if things do get out of hand, then I trust you will use what you've taken as payment appropriately.
Well, you can count on that. Not the first time I've had to cut down a few trees, as it were. So, babysit the gnome, right? That's what you said
Babysit
you
the
were?
gnome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Babysit the gnome. Help them through in situations where I can help them through, as far as underground things go. And try not to let him get us all killed.
That would be ideal. He will surprise you in times, though he's a very capable talker. So do give him
I'm
the
sure.
chance. Don't automatically go and swing. That would be what
Well,
I
you
ask.
should know better,
I do,
of course.
but I still have to ask.
And I'll help him out as best I can in those situations. I can be a little blunt, but I've talked my way out of my own death a handful of times.
So I've heard.
Seems you're doing well, though, and that's good.
As well as we can be.
I've heard more than a few things about what's going on over here, especially since I got here. Zellum was quite interesting, to say the least. Ugh.
To think he's off to another city. Wonder what he'll do to this one. Bye.
One of your friends?
Sure. We can call him that. More appropriately, he's an asset.
That's
not.
Julian.
I don't think I'll ever change.
I don't think either of us will. Fortunately.
That's what pushes us out, isn't it?
It was good to see you. And who knows, maybe this place will make me a lot of money, and I might just stick around.
Hmm.
Who knows?
There's any
You know,
testament
when-
to someone who could pull themselves out of the dredges from Andre to something much higher. Well, lifts his glass. You're looking at him.
I'm gonna pull out a already smoked on cigar, and I'm gonna like gesture like, "Is it all right?"
Oh, go for it. Magic fixes everything.
Stick that in my cheek and light it, and I'm gonna ask, "All right, so when are we leaving?"
Not leaving first off. There's something you need to do in town with him first. He'll fill you in on those details. I need to get into a bit of a conference, and for that, unfortunately, I'll have to be asleep. So, if you don't mind, the rest of the information you can gather with your now companions.
Speak to you soon.
And you now. Stay safe. Oh! And if he gestures at your weapon, if he talks to you, tell him I say hi.
Excuse me?
Bye.
Oh man.
Door shuts.
No. Yeah. All right, I catch up with the others. The other
Just as the two of you are leaving, you walk out. And Snozebupe and Big Tin start wandering down the stairs. And you see Doctor now standing. Area's empty, everyone's left. Except for him and another small figure in front of him. And these two are just staring at each other. The first thing you'll notice is that they almost look identical. Vaughn, would you like to describe your character for us?
Yes. I am a small, somewhat indistinct individual with a hood and what seems like a mask on. Goggles, the mask is very doctor-esque. I have a somewhat formal wear suit on, well put together, nice black pants, a purple shirt, and a black vest, with a cloak on that is currently black with a silver sigil on the back of it. The sigil looks like 4 crystals at the base rising, backed by 4 mushrooms also rising behind the crystals, and flanked by 2 sets of leaves. I also have on black gloves, which have the same sigil on the back of them, also in silver.
Well, hey, Doctor, who's your new friend?
Without looking at you, Snozebupe, Doctor just says, I didn't realize that my fashion had grown to be mimicked by others. As you notice that the two of them are almost wearing the exact same apparel, except for the sigils. I don't actually
So
know
you-
him.
Oh, how strange and coincidental. Hello, individual. I'm Snozebupe McStugan.
The individual will look from Doctor over to you, Snozebupe, and then back up to Doctor, and then say, now, one of us is going to have to be changing our outfit. We can't both be looking the same.
You're younger than me. It's gonna have to be you.
Damn it! You will then turn and take your hand, Snozebupe, and shake it, and then say, Iago Tallulah, nice to meet you.
Great. Good. Iago. Tallulah. Very good.
I'm just
Well,
catching
Iago.
the name reference.
Yes. Cool runnings, am I right?
Good
So,
enough.
Iago, good to meet you. What brings you to Pallius?
Oh, just bringing someone this direction. And you know, they've definitely had to come all the way, so I figured I'd also come all the way.
I admit I missed some of those words that you just said. Could you run them back on me?
Iago's going to look to the side and down for a moment, and then he'll bring up a finger, and you will hear in your mind, I came with a group of people of whom I was leading through, one second, what was it called? The Globshack Swamps. And I figured I'd just come all the way with them.
Ah, well, excellent. If you're looking, well, I'm not sure. Julian said he had other people in mind potentially, but you seem like the type of fella who could assist a guild member such as myself.
Go ahead at that time. Snozebupe and Big Tin. The two of you give me history checks.
Okay. Wait, I think I do. I think I do.
2 13s in a row. That's,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
but I have no modifier on that one, so that's a dead 13.
Dead 13.
I get a history check. I get advantage or something.
You would.
Or no?
I would say you actually, Snozebupe, would definitely have advantage on this,
Okay, cool.
given the circumstances of what the parameters are about.
Great. In that case, we have a 21.
21. Okay. Big Tin, you wouldn't recognize exactly where it is, but you would recognize that the sigil that's being displayed on Iago's cloak and gloves is a guild sigil. You, Snozebupe, would recognize the guild. It is of the Fallen Fists of Hadar. You're looking at a guild member.
It's not our guild.
Not your guild, no.
Fallen
Fists.
Fists. Is
The
that plural
Fallen-
fists?
Yes, Fallen Fists, it's one word.
Okay.
You would know them, Snozebupe, as guides of the Globtrap swamps. Whenever someone wants to do a hunting trip or an expeditionary trip into the swamps itself, the Fallen Fists are always hired. One of their groups is always accompanied it. And there's usually one or two of their guild members in every caravan traveling through the swamps.
Very good. A monopoly. Very lucrative.
Incredibly lucrative. You are correct.
Well, now I say that, I noticed symbol here with the fallen fists.
Yes.
Oh, very good. Well, I admit I've never done any guild work before, but maybe you'd want to work with us on a little something. Might be going back through the Globshank swamps.
Iago puts his hands together, making a peek with his fingers, and then he says, "Now that would be very interesting."
Well,
would
I always
enjoy-
try to be interesting.
He does a little motion, kind of swift movement with his head, and then follows it up with every gnome I've known has been very interesting.
Oh, really? Well, that's good, I suppose. I suppose I would say the same, but I guess I would say the same about pretty much everyone I've ever met.
This is about the time that you're approaching now.
Although some people are not interested in friendship and don't want to speak to me. So they're not quite as interesting in the sense that they've not provided any information for interest, but I guess I'm still interested in their stuff I don't know about them, but that's not really about them. It's the non-stuff. Now. Hope that was good. Julian's great, isn't he?
Yep, always has been. Who's
Good.
what's going on here?
This is Eugene. And by Eugene, of course, I mean Iago. And he is with the Fallen Fists. And it's an excellent guide as such in the swamps. And might be good that way. So I thought maybe we could try to hire him, some such.
There are parameters
Okay.
within guild laws to be able to hire an external guild, as you will be likely going through the swamp. You could easily make that happen with Iago here.
Well, great. Iago, you interested? Well, you already said you were interested. You in?
Permitted? Yes.
Is either these two registering in any of the other senses, like primordials?
So, that's an interesting thought. BT, why don't you give me a perception? No. Perception or investigation? One of those two.
Probably going to be perception, but let me just look. Yeah, definitely perception.
Yeah.
Let's see if we get another 13. No, my dice want to be invisible now. Dice, show up. There it is.
Well, I have to go to you now.
Yes, the answer to that question is yes. 26, just in case it matters.
Neither of them are registering on the primordial side. However, when you look at now, there is the slightest hint of a divine energy pulsing inside of him.
Now it's divine. Wait, we have to have one or the other. Gotta get rid of these two factions.
I think that's the
Okay.
goal of the baddies.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I wanted. Just curious. You guys can continue your conversation.
Good check. Good roll, too. Nice.
Ooh, very quick. At the same time, that way we can get this out of the way. Since Julian told me that something has attached itself to Snozebupe, I'm going to use magic awareness.
Okay.
As an action, you can open your awareness to the presence of concentrated magic until the end of the next turn, blah, blah, blah. You know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover. Oh, this is just for spells. Oh, this one just goes for spells. Shoot.
Or magic items.
Or magic items. But I would know that, so I did not fully read through that the first time I saw it.
Good to check, though.
My bad.
Now
Yes.
that we've read
Continue.
through, we're good. New abilities, new character, who dis? All
Yep.
season, all reasonable. If you are seeking to hire him on, then all you have to do is get the agreement and inform his guild when you have the chance. And ours will owe them some due for whatever is brought in. You can leave those logistics to us, though, Snozebupe. You don't need to worry about them.
Doctor, I appreciate you. Well,
Let us bring something before I depart your business and you take care of things. You said you were heading to the Globshack swamps.
eventually.
Would you mind looking into some things for me? I understand you were over there with Silence some time ago. Well, as you may know, he's not reported in recently. Information's come in that he was last seen in those regions again. Anything you can find out about where he is. He and Whisper are up for elevation to Guildmaster, and until they get back, I have to be the Guildmaster, and I don't want to be Snozebupe. So, if you can
There we
find
go.
them, please tell them to come back. Of course, I'll
Indeed.
give you a bit of a bounty.
Silence and whisper? Or just silence you want?
Mainly silence.
Okay.
Whisper is out searching for him.
Oh, okay.
She does her
Very
best by being silent.
good. Mhm.
This is a group bounty, correct?
Yes, it will be a group bounty.
Anything else, Doctor?
That'll be it. I'll be at the top of the mountain, Northern Peak, speaking to a mutual acquaintance of ours. There are a few things they want to discuss.
My good friend?
You have a lot of good friends, Snozebupe. It's difficult
Cinder?
to keep up. Ah, yes, not him.
Oh,
The other one. I don't know how privy these two are with the information bases, so I'm not telling anything. Too
fair
upfront.
enough, fair enough. They're not that privy as of yet, but I'm sure we'll be great friends here soon, and then the privies will be open.
Now give
that
me a
word
reflex save.
means- I shall give you a reflex save. You mean a... Because reflex isn't
Yes,
a thing. You mean a
wrong system.
dexterity?
Dexterity saving throw. How did that happen?
Who knows? With you. 14.
We always do that.
14. You feel the very sudden looseness of your pants, but manage to catch them as they just start to fall. And with your passive perception's enough. You hear the slightest little giggle in the back of your mind.
Hmm. Snozebupe,
Now!
is this building haunted?
Not that I'm aware of. Doctor, you would know better than I.
Incredibly.
Oh,
Yes.
As I am literally still holding up my jeans. I
pants.
pull them back and I rebutton them and I go, I'm pretty sure a ghost just tried to pants me.
Ah,
Oh,
nope. That
Well,
kind of
Yago
haunted.
makes some wooing noises.
let me ask you one, perhaps, random question. Did you hear any laughing, when that happened?
Yes.
Oh, well, not a ghost then in that case. Just my friend Chaos.
Bummer.
That's lovely. What is that?
Give me one moment.
That's where we're going to actually end this episode.
Very
And
good.
continue
very
this
good.
wonderful thing off next episode. So come on and join us for that, you wonderful lot. Until then, though, party's assembled.
The end may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. May peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles